As a pro rider, sometimes you're on your bike for 20, even 30 hours a week, and so you end up riding the routes that you always ride over and over again. During my career, I loved trying to find all the little roads, and here in New England, where I'm from, there are literally hundreds of roads that all end up in the same place. So today, I'm gonna walk you guys through some tips and tricks that I used to use to keep the roads fresh and to keep me smiling. One of our partners here at GCN is Mont. Mont is a mapping software. There's a route that I used to take all the time as a pro that I really disliked because it was on a super main road. I've looked for an alternative route on Mont and OpenStreetMaps that is gonna look like it takes me behind there. So we're gonna go and we're gonna check it out. So before we go out there and check everything out, I wanted to show you guys exactly what's happening here. So the loop that I like to do starts over here where I live, goes down, comes around, and then this is the interchange that I don't want to go near. People are driving like lunatics, crazy, texting, who knows what they're doing. I hate this intersection, I don't want to be anywhere near it. When I was on Mont, I could see that there was a trail system that I had never ridden before that basically will take me right around that area and drop me right into downtown. So then I went over and I double checked my idea against Strava global heat maps. And if you can imagine what that is, it's essentially the heat, meaning the amount of times that Strava's users have gone out and ridden a section of trail. And I can see that it actually, the riders have gone through part of the trail that I want to use, but there's an area where it's not going to work. So instead, I'm going to take this area and it's going to drop me out right in downtown, which is going to be perfect. So the last thing is that you want to make sure that you check with the local trail conservation, and you want to make sure that they allow bikes, because the last thing that we want to be doing is out riding on trails that are meant for hikers and bird watchers and things like that and ripping our bikes through there and getting everybody upset. Make sure that you put it forward, make sure that you check it out, and don't ride on anything that's not supposed to have bikes on it. So this is the main pathway that I'm trying to get away from. It's all of the highways coming into one area, going back into downtown. Unfortunately, this is a great way to come back, but now that I've seen this new trail, I think that's gonna be a better option. Here we are. Just gonna make sure that the bikes are cool. Let's see what we've got here. Doesn't say there aren't bikes allowed, so let's hit it. Okay, so this is definitely the right way to go. That is the opposite direction. We need to go this way. This trail is sweet and a perfect cut through to get around all that nasty traffic. I'm so pumped about this. We skip the crazy traffic, get a beautiful view of the range, the mountain range in the background with a little bit of extra planning. We get this extra section of gravel and trail. Pretty sweet. That was the perfect cut through to get me off the main thoroughway and onto my local bike path. Okay, so my next tip is a good one that I've used many, many times, and that is don't bite off more than you can chew. And what I mean by that is if you're planning a 60, 70 mile ride, then make sure that when you go out, you do the first half of it on day one. So like say the 30 miles or something like that. You go out, you make sure that that wild rest stop that you don't know is actually there is in fact there, that the roads that you've chosen actually go through, and then you're in good shape. Because if you get out into mile 45, 48, 50, and you're in the middle of nowhere and you've still got another 50 miles, 20, 30, whatever to go home, you're in trouble. No, do the first part of the ride, 30, 40 miles. Come back next day, do the other part in reverse. Then you meet in the middle, and then on the third day, you go through and you do the entire loop. You know everything flows good, you know where your rest stops are, all that. It saved me from a lot of bad days on the bike, and I'm happy that I've implemented that process many times. So we were originally going to shoot this outside, but it's literally thundering and lightning and there's rain and it's crazy out there right now. So we're here inside my local cafe, which brings us to our next tip. And that is about every 20 miles or so, you want to make sure that you have a nice rest stop with provisions and food and water, because if not, these roads go out in the middle of nowhere. You've planned something, it looks really adventurous and fun, but there's literally nowhere to get water or food. It's not going to be a good look. So you need to come back into a town or to a place that has a country store or something like that so you can get a pastry or a cookie and some water. Google Maps does a really good job at this for me, and every time I'm out in the middle of nowhere, basically I zoom in on the area that's around 20 miles, I type in store, and then I look up where the local country store is going to be. After I find it, I include it on my route, and then at 40 miles, I do the same, and so on and so on. It's really good to be able to plan like that, because if you don't, you can get caught out. So those are my best tips that I have for planning a good gravel ride. Knowing how to use Komoot, knowing where to use Strava heat maps, knowing Google Maps, knowing all the little tips and tricks, and planning just that perfect ride to make sure that you never are bored when you're out there, because who wants to be bored? And also, who wants to be lost in the middle of nowhere? You don't want to be crawling onto someone's front doorstep and, hello, can I please have some water? You don't want to do that. So make sure that you implement this stuff and have fun with it. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Click over here for more cool gravel videos and tips. And if you love GCN and you want to subscribe, click right in the center.